Hey guys, so I hope you had a great trading week. I actually caught a beautiful Euro USD trade, so I wanted to break it down for you guys. But before we get into that, I want to hear from you guys. How did your week go? Did you guys catch anything? Did you get caught out on CPI? Be honest and let me know. But yeah, let's get into this. I actually called out this trade on Thursday's video. I explained this trade idea, so you can go check that out from the 23rd. If you want to see the process I went through in the morning in order to identify this trade in the first place, could be helpful if you're trying to learn. But yeah, I'll break it down here as well. So we had a 4-hour bullish trend. We know the retracement is complete because we were below 50%. We're in this demand zone, so we're expecting a continuation of the overall bullish trend, targeting these swing highs over here. So far we have a nice reaction to this demand. We had a minor break, we had another demand forming over here, and we're currently seeing the reaction to that. We have a clean reaction to the demand as well. We're getting that break and then another demand zone forming, which is currently holding price and essentially creating a demand chain. Demand chain is just when you have demand holding all the way up as you're heading towards that swing high. So when you want to see bullish momentum, you obviously want to see price is respecting demand, and that's what we're starting to see. So I took a trade from this 4-hour demand over here. So we go down to the 15-minute now, and if you're not familiar with the strategy, I have a video explaining the whole thing step by step, so if you're confused by anything you can refer to that, but I'll break it down here as well. The entry model is basically after you have a reaction to 4-hour demand or supply, you want to head down to the 15-minute to capitalize on that breakout move. You can see we have our 15-minute swing leg up here, so we just want to mark out all our demand on the way and wait for a liquidation of one of the demand zones so that we have that over there. After that, you're looking for an entry on the minor break, which is actually over here. But if I mark that out, you'll see it was actually at 5.30 for me, so obviously didn't get that trade. But we still have this lower demand over here, and since we already have a liquidation, I know this one has a higher probability of actually holding and giving us that movement upwards. So I was still observing price as it came into this demand zone, and what I saw was further demand being created over here, which ultimately ended up being liquidated just above this lower demand, which obviously makes it way stronger to hold for that bullish continuation. So after that liquidation, I just enter from the minor break. So just to mark it out, the minor break is over here. Take our entry, and this is now around 1:30, which is much better time for entries. Stop loss just at the low and targeting a 1 to 3 right there, and you'll see that it actually hits over here. So how long is that? It's just under a day, so not a bad trade at all. And this is a simple set and forget strategy that you can use. Now obviously you might see from my trade screenshot it's a little bit different. I did personally take the entry on the 5-minute just to get in a bit earlier because I was pretty confident about this trade. So the minor break was just a bit earlier over here. So I got in around 12:30 and I was able to close up around here when it was about 5% because that was already pretty good for me. And because price was just absolutely pumping without really retracing, I knew there was going to be a very heavy retracement incoming, so I just decided to lock in profits around 5% over here somewhere. And my plan was to get back in, but we actually had CPI coming up, so I kind of wanted to be out before CPI, but you can see it did still hit my overall target of that 4-hour supply zone. So what I explained as well in Thursday's analysis video is that this supply is my key target because I want to see if it holds or if it will break. If it breaks, it will obviously be a very strong catalyst to push price up higher to that swing high. However, since we still have this demand over here with huge liquidity remaining, then this supply could also be a good area for price to hold and then have that movement downwards again, collecting the liquidity from this demand zone as well. So just a little bit of heads up for next week as well. You kind of want to keep an eye on what's going to happen with this supply zone. But yeah guys, just some key takeaways before I end this video. I highly suggest you guys stick to the 15-minute time frame if you're going to be trading this strategy, because as you've seen, it does work. You can set and forget, which is a much more, stress-free, relaxed way to trade, and you can still get great results. I mean, 1 to 3 is still great to just set and forget and have that work for you. So don't be tempted to over refine your entries like I did, because don't forget, I have way more experience with this strategy than you guys, and the 15-minute is a great starting point, and it's really solid for doing challenges or even trading funded accounts. Like I said, I shared this trade idea in the daily analysis video, so if that doesn't give you a reason to subscribe, I don't know what will. But yeah, that's all from me guys. Hope you enjoyed this one, and I wish you all a profitable week.